What's up, guys? My name is Ty Stevenson. I'm here again. I'm the Waters Brewer, and today we're going to be talking about brewing water. And this is one of my fortes in brewing, I guess you can say. So yeah, we're just hanging out. I got Anthony here, my friend. He's holding the camera. Say what's up. Yeah, there you go. I got my dog Remy. She's over there chewing on the bone. And yeah, I guess with that said, let's just kind of jump into it. So I got most of these notes from my online course at Siebel. It was a 3-month course, and I took extensive notes, and these are based off those notes. So water is 95% of beer. There's 4 different types of water. You have ground, surface, riverbank, filtered, and then wastewater. And ground and surface water would be like rainfall, snowfall, or groundwater, sorry, is rainfall, snowfall, and then you got your surface water, which gets, it basically, after all the years, it could be up to 250 years, and that's the stuff in the earth, basically, the surface water, or the groundwater. I flipped surface and ground, my bad. And for, let's see, used for brewing and cleaning and rinsing, that's what water is used for. We're basically going over a lot, literally everything about water there is, what it's used for, everything. And so I have a whole bunch of notes over here, and it's so long, how long water is in the notes that I took, that I had to section off the section that we'll be talking about. Oh, my garage is opening up. Looks like somebody's here. And they didn't expect that. Awkward. Anyways, so yeah, then we're gonna start talking about. Yeah, you interrupted my video.
Every time, I think I do it every time, bro.
Anyways, we're drinking, what is this, the Coal Shed Stout? This is the Coal Shed Stout from Mare Island. And what percent is it, Anthony?
6.8.
This is a 6.8% stout. It's pretty good, it's very cool-y. Just walk in, walk out. I love it. Okay, so at the end of this video, I'm going to be asking you guys a question, and I'm not going to ask you it right now because I don't want you to look it up and stuff and find that out, but the first person who answers it in the comments gets a free sample shipped to wherever they want it shipped of my product, Waters Brewer, which is minerals to make the best water profile that you can for your brewing water. And yeah, let's keep going, I guess. So yeah, we're going to talk about treating water, removal of, so you treat water for the removal of suspended particles and the removal of undesired dissolved components. And the methods for treating are sedimentation and filtration. Then you got chemical and physical methods. And then you got boiling, UV, and then also chemical. And so water is a polar molecule, which means an uneven distribution of electrons. I definitely didn't know that, had to look over my notes. Not the biggest science geek, but I'm learning. We're all learning, right? So let's see, the 2 different types of ions in the brewing process are cations and anions, or cations or anions, or positively charged ions and negatively charged ions. Cations is positive, anions is negative. And so for cations, you got calcium, magnesium, sodium, and then anions, you got bicarbonate, chloride, and sulfate. Let's go into what the minerals are. This is what a lot of people are wondering about. What does calcium do in brewing water? What should I add? Gypsum? What should I add? Blah, blah, blah. And for calcium, I do use gypsum. That is one of them. Is she good in there? Remy? You good? Someone's trying to get in the door. You can go zoom in over there if you want. Yeah, go show them. Go show them Remy. That's my roommate. Don't get her riled up. She good?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Alright. So, okay, let's go into calcium. So calcium, we discussed, was a cation, which is a negatively charged or a positively charged ion. And let's see, calcium, possibly the most important ion for brewing. It protects enzymes from the thermal degradation and extends the enzymatic activity in the warm temperature we use in mashing. Calcium also improves trub formation during the wort boil. It decreases the pH during mash and wort boil as well, or as it precipitates out of solution in its calcium phosphate. And just a general rule of thumb. Oh, look at that boomerang! Wow, doing dances and stuff. So as a general rule of thumb, about half of the calcium is lost during mashing. And so therefore we would require 80 to 120 points per million calcium in the mash tun. And that's just for a typical beer. Some beers like an IPA will be a lot more than 120. Like some people can go up to 400, maybe even 500 at the very most. So 120 is on the lower side for most beers. Let's see. And then calcium can come from calcium chloride or calcium sulfate. Alright, that's a little bit about calcium. You guys have any questions for me? Just type it in. I'll have Anthony read me the questions and I'll answer them live if we got anything. What's up? What's she doing? Take control. God. Okay. Magnesium. So magnesium salts are much more soluble than those of calcium. What I use for my magnesium is Epsom salt. And that's pretty much what all home brewers / brewers should be using. They also have less effect on wort pH. So yeah, calcium and magnesium are the two minerals that play the role in the hardness. So if you ever hear of someone saying, "Oh, we have hard water," that means they have a lot of calcium and a lot of magnesium. And if you ever hear someone say they have soft water, which is good for pilsners, whereas hard water is actually good for most other beers. Soft water means that there's not a lot of levels of calcium and or magnesium, but calcium has a bigger role in the overall effect on the pH. Okay, let's see. They also have less effect. Yep, exactly. Provides important enzyme reactions on fermenting, and the desirable range for magnesium is 10 to 15 milligrams per liter. And that'll depend too. You don't want to go above 30. But yeah, you do want some magnesium for yeast health. It's super important for yeast health. Let's see, rarely it is necessary to add magnesium to the mash water. But that's wrong because it just said you want it for yeast. So these notes are wrong. You definitely want magnesium for your mash water. Room is good. Room is good. Cool. Okay, let's keep going. Sodium ions. At low concentration, sodiums have a slightly sweet to beer, but over 100 points per million, it'll give beer a salty flavor. So sodium will actually give beer a sweet flavor for brewing, a little bit more sweet. But if you add a lot, then it'll give it salty. Let's see, carbonate and bicarbonate ions. A good water treatment program is to ensure that carbonate and bicarbonate ions are at approximately low levels because they're twice as effective in raising wort pH as calcium is in lowering pH. They contribute to alkalinity, and preferably water should be less than 20 points per million carbonates or acid adjustments of mash and wort is necessary. I don't mess with acid adjustments, but that's something I'll look into if it comes to it. But so far my minerals have been working well for me. Let's see, chloride and sulfate ions. These two are common calcium salts these are the two calcium salts that brewers use most often, is calcium chloride and calcium sulfate. And these two are both anions. And so what chloride does, it increases palate fullness and it gives a mellow flavor to beer. And then sulfate imparts drier, more bitter flavors, and during fermentation gives beer a sulfury note. And so for IPAs, it'll be a higher sulfate to chloride ratio. You have more sulfate than you will chloride because you want it to be more drier and bitter. Whereas if you're brewing, let's say like a stout or something very malty like a Bock maybe, you're gonna want to have more chloride than you are sulfate. Let's see, what else we got down here? Alright, now let's talk about the pH of water. You guys got any questions? Like I said, just ask him. If you're just tuning in, my name is Ty Stevenson. I'm the Waters Brewer. You can find me at www.watersbrewer.com. And yeah, today we're talking about brewing water, and this is part one of, it'll be three-part series here because the chapter was so long, because brewing water is not easy. Okay, so the pH of water. The pH describes the concentration of hydrogen molecules in a solution. It influences the solubility of different components in water. And here's where my question comes in, guys. If you guys are paying attention, what are you doing? Check it out. Let's film this. I'm about to ask you guys a question here. So, what do you guys, I guess I'll start like this. So wort is a more neutral pH of 5.5 on average. What is beer? First person to answer gets a free sample of water's brewer. I'll have you send me a message, say what style, what size you want. So the question again, wort is more neutral, about 5.5 pH. What is beer? So just answer that in the comments, and let's get someone hooked up with some free samples, huh? Okay. So consequences of lower acidity. Lower acidity is the same as high pH, and if the pH is greater than 7, we can call that an alkaline environment. You good, dog? Okay, higher pH value in the mash or wort respectively influences different biochemical reactions in the brewing process. And the effects of alkaline conditions, most malt enzymes lose activity, lower extract yields from malt, hard taste, polyphenols, slow fermentation, higher yield of hop bitterness in kettle, and then the brewer could react to this by decarbonating their water, neutralization of the alkaline water with mineral acids. Doing this may affect beer flavors negatively, and then removal of salts via ion exchangers. And that is actually where we're going to stop. Is there any comments or anything? Here, no, let me see that. Oh, we're doing coffee.
What's up, guys?
Fucking dog. Yeah, no comments? Cool. Alright, well, fucking... One more thing here. Check this out. This is water from Colin Kaminsky and John Palmer. I'm gonna give you guys this little thing. I'll kind of screenshot that. So what kind of beer do you want? You want a strong ale? Alright, let's go down here to the bottom. What's the color going to be? Brown to black? Yep. Okay, moderate to assertive. Bitterness? I wouldn't have it, but sure you can. Okay, calcium, 50 to 75. Okay. Alkalinity, 120, 200, yeah. The more bit tends to be the more bitter and darker, the more alkaline you need. Alkalinity you need. Let's see, sulfate, 50 to 150. Okay. Chloride, 50 to 150, so it's about an even chloride to sulfate ratio. Let's see what we got over here. Residual alkalinity, that's a super high residual alkalinity. Okay. Normally it's not that. If you see something above 100, you should be skeptical. So I would probably go lower than that, but that's what it's saying in this book, so we'll see. Alright guys, well, thanks for tuning in. My name is Ty Stevenson. You can find me at www.watersbrewer.com. This is my boy Anthony on the film. And yeah, today we talked about brewing water, what calcium, magnesium, sulfate, chloride, freaking pH, all that stuff does to water. And this is part 1 of the 3-part series. So if you want to stay tuned and pay attention for the next 2 parts coming in within the next couple days, well, that would be cool. So I'll see you there. Thanks again for checking in. Peace out. And that's it.